Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's Mobile Mechanics, and we have here behind me another beautiful Range Rover Sport. So here we are inside, and we will start the vehicle up and see what we're looking at. So he's got a diesel exhaust fluid is low, that's his AdBlue. Yep, that's one problem. Engine management light is on. Service required as well. Exhaust filter is full. That's it. 60,000 miles on this one, and the vehicle is in limp mode, and he's having a lot of difficulties gaining speed. Now on these with a paddle shift, you know, you can change up the gears manually from this side, and that will give you an extra little bit of a kick just by picking up a little bit of speed. But they can be driven, you know, to a garage like this, but you just got to be aware that there is very limited power. So we'll get it plugged in now on diagnostics and see if we can sort it out. Okay, just got the plug in the OBD there. And we are running a diagnostic scan now. Let me pause that so we can go into the engine system. This one just here. Press OK. Trouble codes. Let's see what we got. They're almost identical, every one of these I'll see anyway. So we have P2463 Soot Accumulation. So that will require a DPF clean and a regeneration. We have P2BAE, you might have seen that in some other videos. Nox Exceedance. Now there's no circuit faults here with this Nox, so more than likely there's nothing wrong with the Nox sensor. It just needs the AdBlue system cleaning out, because Nox is reduced by the AdBlue injector, so that sprays AdBlue into the exhaust system, which then eliminates your Nox. Without the AdBlue injection, you're going to have very high levels of NOx, and that's what's going to trigger this off. P0234, sorry, it's a bit blurry there. Turbo overboost condition. Again, you might have seen some of my other videos. We have common issues on these with the inlet manifold sticking, and that then causes overboost. So we'll get all three of these issues sorted out right now here roadside, and we'll skip to the first bit. So what I'm going to do, just to make it a little bit easier on myself, is just put it in neutral for a minute, and I'm going to put it in, let's get this up, put it in low range gears, and we'll switch this all around to the highest setting so the vehicle lifts up. So now the vehicle is on its off-road setting there, so it's a little bit higher, easier for us to get under there and jack it up. Just under here we have the jacking point. We've got our little rubber pad there, put it on. So just under the vehicle here we have the AdBlue injector. Further down the exhaust, we carry down along. There we have the NOx sensor. So the AdBlue injection system should be injecting down here, which lowers the NOx before it reaches this sensor. But obviously that's not working. So we'll open this AdBlue injector up. Just back over here. And I can almost guarantee this is going to be blocked up. So just here I'm using a size 4 Allen key or hex. I'm just going to open this clamp off the AdBlue injector here. Just roll back a little bit so we can see. So now we've got that little screw out there, and we just spread apart the clamp. We should just be able to pull it apart a little bit, and then slide her out. That's it. And would you look at that? Pablo Escobar would be proud, smuggling the white stuff straight in the exhaust. We'll get this cleaned off. Let's get our little pick, get her all out. You'd imagine they'd sort of figure out some sort of better solution or better design to stop this much scale, or whatever you'd like to call it. Stop so much of that just building up there. Like, they need to figure out something, I don't know, design a better fluid maybe. So if you can see in the center of that sensor there, sorry, injector, you got 3 little pinholes, tiny little pinholes, and they spray like a triangular shaped spray. It just sprays it like a mist, and obviously it's not going to work if you've got any sort of obstruction there. So I think now I've cleaned it out a little bit better. You can see those 3 little pinholes I'm talking about, just there. Now they're nice and clear. Now I'll get my little tool in the hole and just play about with it there. Get her all cleaned out. Get your finger in there. That's it. She's clean enough there. Okay, I'm back in the van and I need these 2 tools. This I can slip over the end of the DPF pressure pipe. Just helps me push it off, and this one helps me get the clips off. And here I have 5 litres of DPF cleaner, putting it into my brake bleeding bottle here. I'm just going to use it for that. I've been using it for that for the last few years. Close up that. And I've never actually used this for brake fluid. I've bought this purposely for it to be a pressurized bottle to dispense this fluid. I build the pressure up to 2.5 on here, and that will then spray that fluid out in like a foam-like substance. So just underneath the vehicle here we have 2 pipes, and this is the one that goes to the front, all the way down there to the front of the DPF. So this is the one we're going to open, this one with the yellow sticker, and we'll get our fluid put in here. Now we've got that disconnected there, and I've got it connected up now on my dispenser bottle here. Now I'm going to pump this up as fast as I can, get the pressure built up really quick. And it'll be flowing in there. Now that's just about empty there. It's just squirting out the last bits. You can pull it off. And that's basically what it does. Okay, so we've done 2 stages there. Number 1 was the Nox Exceedance caused by the blockage on the AdBlue injector. Number 2, we have filled up the DPF for the particle filter soot restriction. Now number 3, we've got the engine cover off here, and we're going to open this, and 9 times out of 10 the inlet manifold is stuck. You got a very hot EGR valve inlet here that comes in right in front of the plastic inlet flap, and over time the heat from that causes this to slightly just expand inside, and it then catches when it's trying to open for the inlet air. So we'll open that and show you. So here we have a 7mm. Get that on there. Open that up. Well, actually, we don't even have to open this really. I open this sometimes just to have a look, but we can just take the clip off, and I do suppose the whole thing will just pull back. Now you can use all sorts of special clips for this, but I usually just get my finger there underneath that side, pull it up, and then do the same on that side there. Just flicker out. If I can get it. With my left hand. I'm not left-handed, you see. And there we are. Clip is out. Right, let's just move this back. And here we are, here's the flap I'm talking about. So you get intermittent overboost, which would mean this is intermittently sticking. It's not stuck now, but you can see when you push it down, it's stuck. So that should not stick when you push it down. So we'll just file a tiny little little just smoothing the edge out so it doesn't stick top and bottom all the way around in a circle, nice and even, nice and level. You don't want to leave any gaps. And I'll just use a little small hand file there for that, and I'll just run it all the way across the front there, that little front lip. Let me just get it down there, the camera. So just run it all the way across, basically, just like that. And we'll do that the whole way around here. Okay, once we've done that there, you just give it a little rub around, just oil it back up. And then we'll get a little tissue and clean it out there. And you can see just where this inlet pipe runs in there and fills it with all of that ugly carbon and soot there. Have a look inside. Just leaves an awful mess inside your intake there. I think that's about as best as an angle as I'm going to get on it. So now that's all cleaned up, we're going to try pressing it. And you're going to make sure and press it down nice and firm. Make sure it's not sticking up on top. That's exactly how it should be there. Now that's all back together. Just got to make sure that that's pushed in nice and tight and there's no movement on it. Because if that's not seated properly, you will get an air leak and lose boost pressure there. So that's all back together properly there. Now we can put the engine cover back on. Voila. We're back inside. Start the vehicle up here. Give it a few accelerations. And what we'll get is obviously the soot coming back out of the rear there. Okay, we're just going to quickly turn it off and clear the codes now. Go back. Go back. And obviously the DPF soot restriction will still be in there. That won't clear until you do it properly. We're going to go back to hot functions. DPF. So we have Dynamic Regeneration. I think that's our only option usually on these. Okay, we will, first of all, we're going to set up the temperature of the vehicle. So we're going to start it back up. So we're just going to make sure that the vehicle is in the right temperature before we can start the DPF Dynamic Regeneration. And what we're going to have to do here for about 5 minutes is just hold the revs, because we don't want to drive down the road like this until some of that smoke disappears. So she's almost done vaping and we can almost do our drive. So we'll have to drive it for at least 25 miles per hour for 15 minutes, and the engine has to be over 60 degrees. Okay, we're driving it for a couple of minutes and that's our current values there. Needs to be under 6, we've got 9.8 now currently. Okay, now the regeneration is complete. We are going to tell the vehicle it's at a new DPF by resetting the adaptions here, and we're going to also do a prime of the diesel exhaust fluid now that we've cleared out the AdBlue injector. Now we're going to test the Selective catalytic reduction system by taking it on a test drive, and this is going to monitor all of the systems there and tell us what and if there's any faults once we're finished. And we're just going through the live data here just to make sure everything looks in place. So we're looking at the back up here, we've got the particle filter. Differential pressure is on 0 there while we're idling, which is good. And where have we got? We've got the particle filter. The amount of soot that's left in it, well, I just passed it somewhere here. There we have the measured soot mass now is at 0.5 grams. Okay, so we've just used these bags of adblue to fill the adblue system back up. Now we're just going to close this back. Okay, so we filled up the adblue air system because that NOx fault we have seen in the past. If the AdBlue is low, even though it says there's 1500 miles on it, if the AdBlue is low, the Nox Exceedance fault will come up, because the car is going to assume that it's not got enough AdBlue to keep the NOx levels down, and then it will trigger off the fault. So that's it. We've cleared all the codes. Codes haven't returned. We've taken it on a 10-mile test drive there. All is good. That's another Range Rover saved. See you on our next video.